Vocational schools in Finland are really great in so many ways. All right, they have lots of benefits and also advantages when it comes to um, looking for a job after graduation. So it's a big thing. We'll be talking about Vamia for a while because it's one of the most popular or famous vocational schools in Finland because it offers programs in English like the cook program, waiter, waitress, and also mechanical engineering program. Okay, but Vamia is still gonna be open their application period soon. Also, not this year, early next year. But we all know how competitive Vamia is. All right. They even had to close their application period like before the actual close date. So which means they receive more than they receive more than they they even like they were expecting, which means a lot of students, so many students applied for this program. All right. So I want to talk about some of the benefits and advantages for you to study here in Finland in a vocational school. I've had a video where I talk with I kind of like interview one of my subscribers who is now here in Finland in a vocational school. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna leave a link to this video in the description box and please make sure you watch it. You get more insight. The first advantage for you to study in a vocational school here in Finland is that you don't get to pay fees, which is a big deal, right? You study for free. Okay. So it's a big deal because you don't get to, you don't bother about the financial aspect of it, which is great. So I will advise you to apply to Vamia, not only to Vamia. I'm gonna talk later on in this video. So watch to the end. I'm gonna tell you some of the ways you can also look at vocational schools in Finnish, all right, even though you're out of Finland. Now, the second benefit is that they have a lot of on-the-job learning. Okay, so which means you have internships and trainings during your studies. For example, if you are studying IT or engineering, so you're gonna do more on the job learning, more practical stuff, and which is gonna help you in your job search. All right, so for example, someone who just sit in class and study for 2 years, and someone who studies like sit in class for like 6 months, and the next 6 months the person is actually doing practical stuff. Of course, that's like work experience that will help you when applying for a job in the future. So that's amazing. So that's one advantage or benefit. Um, um, that's one advantage for studying a vocational school here in Finland. The next thing is, I think the schools are proactive in a way that they help students with internships. I don't mean to be, but from my experience, when I was in the university here in Finland, it was so difficult for me to get an internship, and I always talk about this. I felt like I didn't have the support. The support wasn't there for me from my university to kind of like say, "Oh, Tabi, you can we connect you with this company," or stuff like that. I look for it. I applied for my internship alone. All right, and it was so difficult. It was like applying for a job. I had so many rejections before I finally got the ones. Like I've studied here twice. I studied my master's here. I studied my teaching qualification here to become a certified teacher in Finland. During my teaching practice, I had to look for, like, it was so tough. I had to apply for um, internships or teaching practice in different universities of applied science, and it was so difficult. But thank God I finally got a place. Same thing for my masters. I applied to different NGOs, different companies, and thank God I finally got a place. But it wasn't easy. But for vocational schools, I think it's really great. Trust me. Like it's not like I've heard. I've also heard from students, but I've seen it. I've worked in a vocational school before, and I could see like students are being given like linked to companies where, and schools also have, a list of companies that they collaborate with, that they partnered with, and they just send their students there. So it was really easy for students to get a place for their internship. Unlike in the university, it was really difficult, trust me. So that's one of the benefits, because in vocational schools, it's more of business. They collaborate a lot with different companies. All right, so it's easy for you to get an internship from there. The other advantage is that nowadays, whether I would like it or not, people are looking for skills, skills. Not just, yeah, if you have a master's degree, you'll be paid well. They consider that. They consider it's not as if it's a waste. I have a master's degree myself, but it's not a waste. But the truth is, if you want to really get a job, really fast, you studying a particular skill. For example, you focus on becoming an IT technician or specialist, and you are like studying to become a cook or an engineer. It's so easy for you to get into the job market. That's from my experience. That's true. I studied masters. After my program, it was difficult to get a job. I got a job after, like, I think I felt like I was in the job market after I did my teacher certification, my teaching certification. So it's a vocational school. I really recommend you applying for a vocational school. Trust me. In this Asian time, it seems that's the idea. Even if you apply for a bachelor program or a master's program, but you can still do more continuous education. That's how they call it in Finland. You can take a 1 year vocational program, 1.5. So in order for you to boost your skills, so it's very important. So now, since Vamia is all occupied, and someone mentioned, yeah, like when I was interviewing one of my students, he mentioned, that the food is for free, which is great, because in universities you actually, like, you pay for your lunch at school. In vocational schools, they get to eat for free. Some give you laptops, like in Helsinki Business College. They give you a laptop where you study, and when you graduate on time, you can go with a laptop. So there are a lot of benefits there, anyways. There are also student benefits in universities, though. But today I'm talking about vocational schools. So since Vamia is all populated and competitive, so what can you do? Now, there are websites where you can actually study Finnish language on your own. So, like, you can start studying Finnish online from your home country, and then you put your certificate together, and then you send it to these vocational schools. Like, okay, you are so interested, you started studying Finnish, and this is your, like, this is a proof of it, and you really want to also come here and study more Finnish and then take this program. So you reach out to these vocational schools, and who knows, you may get a place there, because I'm not just talking, like, if you watch my video where from a subscriber to a student in Finland, you will hear from a live evidence, someone who actually came here through that. So that's something you can do in order for you to get into a vocational school where they study in Finnish. All right, it's possible for you to take some time to study the language, and then before doing the actual program, it's possible. But I think you using Duolingo and other online platforms to study this language, and it's not really that expensive, then it's possible for you to show them that, okay, I'm really interested in studying the language, I'm really interested in this program, and also when I come here, I'm gonna study this program. So if they give you an admission letter, you can apply for your student permit and then come here and then take the Finnish language for a number of times, maybe 6 months, and then you start the program, which is still the best option, trust me. So we have Vamia and we also have Helsinki Business College. So the thing with Helsinki Business College is that they always want you to be present for the interview in person, and which is challenging for those who live around Europe. It's okay because you can actually get a flight, come to Finland for the interview. But if you are, let's say, you're in Africa and you need to go apply for a visa to come for an interview, that doesn't make sense at all. And you need to take um the English test. Same with FAMIA, you need height or TOEFL or Duolingo in order for you to apply for the English programs there at FAMIA. All right. So I don't know. I don't know where you are at the moment. I don't know what's your what you really want. But if you really want to study in a vocational school, and let's say you can't, since you are out of Finland, you think like it's not possible, yeah, you can still apply for a bachelor program or a master's program. Then when you come here, you complete it, you can get into a vocational school. It's very important because things are changing. Getting a job here in Finland, it's not easy. I'm not gonna try to cajole you or twist things. It's tough. Yeah, it is. So with vocational schools, you get to learn the language, you get to learn the skills, which these two things are very important when applying for a job here in Finland. So if you get these two, there's a high possibility that you will get the job. If you are considering applying for vocational school, I will advise you to do that. If you want to apply for a bachelor's degree, make sure you apply for a bachelor's degree where like there's job market for like there's job market in nursing, there's job market in the IT field, there's job market in if you're applying for like a bachelor's in education, like early childhood education. Now daycares they need teachers and daycares. So, but if you are taking a master's in education and maybe because we have just few um secondary schools where you can teach in English, very few. Some still require some level of Finnish. If you want to apply for University of Applied Science or to teach there, or even a university here in Finland, even though the programs are in English, you'll be required to speak Finnish. So that's what I'm talking about. But with the nursing, I think you can navigate with, some level of Finnish. You can get something. With IT, they don't you don't the language requirement is not that huge because with the IT field you can work online. It's more of I don't know so much about IT, but they don't require a Finnish that much. So there are some specific fields that yeah, even with a bachelor or a master's, you can get something. But when you talk about the business field, for example, if you're just studying business as in business, it's in Finland you can go work in a shop or in a bank without the Finnish language. All right. Even with the Finnish language, I rarely see people in banks, like people from different different parts of the world, like Africans or like it's rare, So the field of study is very important when you look at the job market in Finland. When you look at the Finnish, the language barrier is there. All right. I'm gonna keep it all real and open because I don't want you to come here and then you feel frustrated. So just know that like these are some of the things you should consider. It's fine if you just want to come here because most of us we just want to leave our countries and just get some exposure and get this education. It's fine if you can just come here and study whatever you want to study, but when you're here after your studies you can start also like okay, maybe I'll take a vocational program, all right, after my study, or maybe when I come here and while studying my bachelor or masters, I'll take my Finnish language serious. So there are different options, but I just want you to know that it's not that easy in Finland because of the language. It's not like you're going to an English speaking country where you can just do anything. In Finland, it's not like that. It is difficult. Difficult. Very, very difficult because of the language. So that's my 5 cents when it comes to vocational schools, universities, job search, staying here after graduation. So there's just so much to consider. But I don't just want to discourage anyone. All right. You can do it, you can navigate it here. We all are here, we are surviving by the grace of God. So it is just for you to get this knowledge. I didn't get this knowledge before moving here. If oh my god, I wish I had a YouTuber 8 years ago. If I had someone like Tabi giving me all this info, oh my god. By the grace of God, I'm here to spit it out so that when you're coming here, you really know how to navigate and strategize. All right. Okay. So see you next time. Bye.